بكم في قناة EVsaeed. اليوم عندنا تغطية خاصة للرولز رويس سبكتر، حفل تدشينها في إمارة أبو ظبي.
مساء الخير، معكم طارق معتز مدير رولز رويس موتور كارز في ابو ظبي. نتشرف اليوم بتقديم اول سياره كهربائيه كليا من رولز رويس، وهي رولز رويس سبكتر. معنا فريد من رولز رويس موتور كارز سيقدم لنا المزيد من المعلومات والتفاصيل عن السياره سبكتر. فريد.
Thank you, Terry. Yes, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. I'm Fred Whitwell, one of the product specialists at the home of Rolls-Royce in Goodwood. Got the absolute pleasure of joining you for this momentous occasion. I won't spend any time talking out here. When we go through, I'll give you a detailed product walk around. So with no further ado, this is Spectre.
Come with me as we go back 123 years. To the very earliest days of horseless transportation. At that time, a brilliant young engineer, Henry Royce, was a great advocate of electric motors. But it was Charles Rowles who truly prophesied an electric future.
The electric car is perfectly noiseless and clean. There's no smell or vibration, when they should become very useful when fixed charging stations can be arranged.
This is the moment. The future is now.
To introduce you to the world's first electric super coupe Rolls-Royce Spectre. When we gave the designers and engineers at the home of Rolls-Royce the challenge to create the Spectre, we gave them two tasks. The first, to create an iconic and authentic Rolls-Royce. and second, to introduce the all-electric powertrain for the first time ever. As you can see in front of you, they were tremendously successful in achieving both. The front of any Rolls-Royce goes a really long way in defining its character, and with Spectre, we like to call that serenity with presence, and there's 3 features on the front of the car to draw your attention to. The first is the split headlight design. It was last seen on Phantom Coupe and now reintroduced on Spectre, a truly iconic Rolls-Royce feature. The second, the Pantheon grille. So this grille is the widest grille we've ever fitted to a Rolls-Royce. Traditionally, the grille's there to let air in to cool down the V12, but obviously in this case we gave the designers the freedom to redesign it. What that means is they've angled the vanes ever so slightly to deflect the air around the car rather than deflecting the air in to cool down the V12. And the Spirit of Ecstasy. She's also been redesigned. What you can see is she has a little bit more forward intent than she has on the other cars, but she remains as elegant and iconic as she always has been. To get to where you see on the car today took over 820 hours of designing and engineering just to reimagine the Spirit of Ecstasy from what you know from our other vehicles. If you'd like to join me at the side of the car. So the first thing you'll notice at the side of the car is the striking silhouette line. Starting at the Spirit of Ecstasy, coming over the bonnet and then down this really elegant fastback. It's combined with 2 design lines. The shoulder line, which runs through the door handle, and then the waft line on the bottom. The designers designed these lines to taper towards the front of the car, to give the car a sense of motion, even when the car stood still. Punctuating through the side of Spectre, we've got the largest alloys ever fitted in Goodwood. 23 inches with all-wheel steer and all-wheel drive. And finally, the battery. So the battery for Spectre sits perfectly in the floor pan of the car. It's there to power the car, but in addition to that, it acts as a physical barrier between the road and the cabin, so ensuring that cabin is incredibly quiet. If you'd like to join me at the rear of the car, so the first thing you'll notice here at the rear is the new Aero two-tone. So a new two-tone design that we'll introduce on Spectre. The Aero two-tone runs over the bonnet, the roof, and then just the boot lid itself. It's a really modern interpretation of what a two-tone can look like. We will also offer the upper two-tone, which you may be familiar from our other models. It goes around the windows and then cuts really elegantly into the boot, creating 2 very distinct characteristics. What we've also got is a new light design. So the verticality you see within the light takes its inspiration from the Pantheon grille, and the verticality you see within the grille. And finally here, on the middle light, you'll see it's completely colourless. So traditionally a light has a red tint within the polymer. In this case there's no colour at all when the car goes off. The reason behind that, whatever colour you wish to commission the car, there's no risk of a clash when the car goes off. If you'd like to join me on the interior, so I encourage you to come forward and look rearwards. So the first thing you'll notice on the interior is the Starlight doors. Taking their inspiration from the iconic Starlight headliner, for the first time as a bespoke feature, you're now able to commission Starlight doors, really creating an all-encompassing atmosphere for both the drivers and passengers of Spectre. What we've also got is a new seat design. So where you see the pearly pink on this car is the new lapel. What the lapel allows you to do is have 3 colours on the seat, and it gives the seat a little bit more definition than what you might be used to on our other cars. And finally, the infotainment system, Spirit, will allow you to see your range, manage your charging sessions, lock and unlock the car, all from the Whispers application. So in summary, what we've got is the world's first Super Coupe, the world's first all-electric Rolls-Royce, and the most connected Rolls-Royce ever. In the room behind us, we've also got a different specification, so you can see what other options are available on the car.
ما شاء الله السيارة. نعطيكم مواصفات البسيطة. السيارة فيها 650 حصان تقريبا، تطلع من 0 ل 100 في 4.5. 1000 نيوتن متر. أما بطاريتها 110 كيلو واط، تمشيك 520 كيلو في الشحنة الوحدة. شفتوا الليتات على الأبواب فيها 4800 ليت، لأول مرة تكون على الجلد، عادة تكون على الخشب. وفي السقف 1200 ليت. الرنج 23. طبعا تيك بألوان، لونين في السقف وتحت، لكن هذه لون واحد. اللي شفتوها قبل شوي كانت الذهبية مع الذهبي مع الأسود. ندخل نشوف داخلية. هاي داخليتها لون واحد بعد، أما هناك كانت داخليتها 3 ألوان. أعطونا رأيكم في السيارة. وهذه السيارة من الخلف. طريقة فتح باب السيارة. بس تمسك القبضة تفتح، يفتح باب السيارة. طبعا إذا بغيت تسكر تضغط بريك تسكر الباب. نشوف الألوان الخارجية مع الجلود. تشوفون هذا الجلد ثلاثي، وهناك بعد جلد ثلاثي الألوان، وهذا اللونين خارجيين، وهذا لون خارجي مع لون الجلد. أتوقع هذا بيكون جميل. وهذا لون الخارجي، خلوني هني عند عشان الإضاءة بس. جراي مع أورنج، وهني تقريبا بنفسجية على الماروني مع الجراي، وهذا جراي مع أخضر ولون خارجي مش واضح صراحة، وبلاك على بنفسجي على بلو، وهذا رمادي على أورنج، ولون الخارجي تقريبا سماوي. الألوان جميلة صراحة. أعطونا رأيكم شو أحلى لون.